Hey guys, so I'm back and trying a different camera angle. Hopefully this will be much better. All I'm doing today is gonna do some base colors. You can see I've already started. This is a base called Leadbelcher. It's really good for getting bases down for metals, and if you want your stuff to be kind of shiny, it's a good base layer to kind of go underneath because it's kind of like a shiny metallic silver or steel almost. I like it. I usually use it for most metalworking on my paints. As you can see, it's kind of starting to get there. Now, with the base coat, you want to be careful not to get it, not to mix colors up or anything, get things where you're supposed to go, but sometimes it doesn't really matter because you're just going to cover it up anyway. So you can see where I've kind of tried to get that lip, and I wasn't very careful, and so it kind of went over. That's okay because black covers about everything. So right now I'm just trying to make sure I get that overlap and cover some of this stuff up that's not on there. Underneath too. Oops, don't want to hit that. Let's see here. So yeah, you're gonna accidentally get paint on those things. Most of the time you try not to, but with just getting a base coat down, I don't worry about it too much. It'd probably save you more in the long run if you didn't get it everywhere. But as for right now, I think that's a pretty good start. I'm gonna go ahead and get the metal clasps while I'm at it. I try and make sure to get the base colors as close to as possible, and then that's when you want to add like the layering, the weathering, and all that stuff. And see, I'm just gonna do this quick because otherwise I'm gonna get that stuff coated in there too thick. So I'm gonna just do this for now so I don't have any pulling of the paint. I probably shouldn't put that much paint on the brush. A lot of people like to water down their paints. I don't. I'm not a professional though. So one of these days I might learn to actually thin my paints, probably make them last longer. But I like the rich, vibrant colors. And it's kind of weird to say that because I'm colorblind. You can't see most of these colors, so. But I have fun painting more than anything. It's just relaxing. And this kind of paint is good because my hands shake pretty bad. And so this kind of helps me learn to build those muscles back up, I guess you could say. I don't know what causes my hand to shake. I guess it's all the nerves that's been pinched in my back throughout the years. However, this is very relaxing to me. A lot of times I listen to music. I recommend listening to whatever music you like. Now, some people like to listen to fast music because it makes them go faster. I just find just listen to music that you actually like to listen to. And you tend to get lost in the painting, which is really fun. So I've got those clasps, those, and I got this one left. I don't see anything else on the back. Let's see here, so let's just get these real quick. And yes, I am going over places that I probably shouldn't, but it's okay because I'm gonna go back over it with black anyway. It would save me time, but I'm just gonna end up, my hand's gonna end up shaking anyway, so it'll probably end up doing this. Now, once we get all those down and kind of there, I am going to take, and we're gonna let this dry for a little bit. While I'm doing that, while it's drying, I'm gonna wash out my brush real fast, and then we'll get started with the next color. I'm thinking probably the white on this face. I could probably just go ahead and paint the whole face white and the teeth and everything, because I'm gonna go back later and like stain them a little bit. I mean, who knows, the Joker might actually have really white teeth. I think it looks cooler if you kind of stain it. Oop, that's the wrong one. Make sure I'm getting bases. So I'm gonna get a base Corvax white, and you can see it separates. So that's why you hear this a lot of times, and it's because I'm just pretty much shaking up the paint. Now, some people like to use craft paint for this stuff. For my models, I don't. Sometimes, when I first started, I did. And they work, especially, if you can't afford $5 for $5 to $7 for a little container like this. The difference is the pigments in this one are much smaller and more concentrated, whereas the pigments of color in this are bigger and not as concentrated. So imagine taking all the paint in here and compressing it down and just making the pigment smaller, and you'd have this. So you don't tend to use as much of this as you would this. This is thinner and this is not as much. So anyway, I'm gonna go back with the base Corvex white, which is kind of just a plain off-white. The basic white, it's not off-white. I don't know why I said it's off-white. I'm gonna go ahead and start painting his skin. Let's see here, put that over here. Let's see if I can get it. Now, when I start getting into the details, I'll switch to a smaller brush. For right now, for basic, like I told you guys the other day, I like using makeup brushes. However, for this one, I've actually been painting a canvas today, trying something else, and I kind of fell in love with this brush. I kind of like it because it's very good. It helps me get the angles right, stuff like that. But it feels like it kind of covers pretty smoothly. As you can see, that's popping on there. Oops, stuck my hand here in silver. It's making the model start to come together. Now, some people recommend working on one piece and then going through the whole thing. I like working on the whole thing at once because I like painting fast. So if painting fast is not your style, I'm probably not the person for you. I just like to talk and have fun. However, if you just like to have fun with paintings and you're not a professional and you just want to learn some basic tips, I'll try and show you what I learned. And a lot of it's trial and error. Each person has their own style. And a lot of times you don't know what that is until you just jump in and start painting. Now, I got all that. I don't know why. I'm gonna go ahead and cover the lips too. I'll add the other stuff on top, but I'm gonna go ahead and cover all this in. Probably been a lot easier if I just done it in the first place, right? Yep. Just to make sure I can get all those little spots. Now I might have to get a smaller brush, but this is one of those models that probably would have been better if it came with the head separate, because the only two pieces in the model broken as far as possible is just the base and this. It'd been nice if the head come separate, because that way you could paint the head without having to worry about trying to get in all those cracks and whatnot. Let's see here, almost done. Cover all that white. Boom, 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 boom. And notice I got a little bit on the inside of here and here, but that'll get taken care of later too. Because then later I will go over the base colors for it. Now I'm gonna leave the nose holes dark. I'm not gonna go up there and paint. I doubt he puts paint up his nose. That it just doesn't look comfortable. So I've got the face, the teeth, the belt buckles, and all the metal done. Now what I need to do is, while I'm waiting on this all to start drying, I'm gonna go over here to the base. Whoops, just got paint on that. Let me wash my brush off real quick. I'm gonna go to the base. If you see, there's a little Batman symbol in there. Can you see that? There it is. So I'm gonna leave the rest of the base pretty much the black. I will go over it with some other black later, but that's still just basically the black primer. What I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna end up going back over it with this paint right here, the base Abaddon black, just to make it even darker. And then that way I can also go in and do some highlights later. But the last thing I'm gonna do for this video is I'm going to get my base Mephisto red, and I'm gonna paint the Batman logo. I want it to pop out. I want it to be red and kind of, I don't know, not Batman Beyondish, but kind of bloody looking, because I mean, it's the Joker dressed up as Batman. It's the Batman who laughs. Okay, so here we go. Again, I'd probably go with the smaller brush on this one, but I'm loving this brush today, so I'm just gonna do this, because I'm actually able to, if I hold it at the right angle, I can get just the Batman symbol or logo without actually getting anything else. Ta-da. And I'll have to go over it again later, but for right now, I'll let that dry like that. And that's pretty much it for today, for this video. Next time, I will be probably going into detail. Well, I won't go into detail yet. I'll probably be painting all this black and getting some of this white, you know, getting some of the other little colors in there and starting to kind of get it faded looking. But so far, so good. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you could actually see it. And thanks a whole bunch. Come back and see me, y'all. Bye.